Hello, everybody, and welcome to Adobe Live. I'm Flynn, and I'm joined by Bianca Beers. How are you, Bianca?
I'm good. How are you?
What's up? I'm good. Are those freshly done nails that I see?
Yes, they are.
Look
Thank
at
you for noticing. Thank you
that.
so much. Thank you.
They look awesome. You look awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Always have so much fun hanging out with you on Adobe Live, just hanging out with you in general. But yeah, a lot of it has been digitally lately, obviously. And how have you been holding up? Last time we caught up, we were talking about this, a couple of minutes before we went live. I think it's been like 5 or 6 weeks or something since we've even hung out on stream. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, it feels like 3 months because time has been moving so bloody slow.
Time's crazy.
um, yeah, but like I was so hyped to get my nails done because I haven't been able to get them done in months. And like, you haven't been able to do much. Like I had my first social hangout yesterday, which was just like a coffee with my friend, and I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I could not shut up. So it's been an adjustment, but I'm still taking it pretty easy. Like I work from home, so it wasn't much of a lifestyle difference to me anyway.
Yeah.
But I know other people are really going through it. And
Yeah.
Victoria's going through it, having to go back to lockdown. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you been home?
Yeah, pretty good. For those of you outside of Australia, Victoria's been hit with some lockdown stuff, which is a bit of a rewind. We're both in Sydney, so I guess we're okay for now. But yeah, we'll see. Hello everyone in chat. If you're watching anywhere other than behance.net/live, jump over to behance.net/live if you want to ask us questions or say hello. Love to know where you're from, what you're up to. Are you at home? We're all at home over here. But yeah, we're going to be hanging out today for a bit over an hour, and we're just going to be checking out some illustration. I think we're going down creating things, like creating like physical artifacts. Did you decide going down like creating merch pathway for us? We were chatting about all sorts of ideas. Yeah.
Oh, you had so many good ideas. I love them.
I will give credit to Johanna in chat for being the idea guru. For us. So.
Amazing ideas. Yeah. Bountiful, plentiful. Yeah. But we went with merch, yeah. So creating designs which you can use like to print on stuff like tote bags or stickers or postcards or whatever. That's usually what I do when I create. So I recently, just like this week, have been designing stickers, like vinyl outdoor stickers to put, people can buy them, but I also put them around the city so that people can see your name and like, oh, that's cool, I'll check her out type thing.
Nice.
I don't think that's legal, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. But anyway.
We won't show it. In theory, in theory.
In theory, you could do that. But also what I've been wanting to do for a while is a sticker sheet with like smaller stickers so people can use them like on their phone cases or like their laptop. And an idea that I've wanted to play with is like build your own sticker scene. So like layering stickers to make like a bigger artwork or design or setting or whatever. So
cool.
Yeah. So it should be, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, we'll play around with that today.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I don't think you can see, but I'm actually...
I noticed.
You did notice? Okay, good.
Yes, looks good.
I'm repping Lizzo.
Did you use a sticker at all? I'm like, I know stickers might not be a thing, but you can put it on it's their outdoor vinyl, so you can put them wherever.
I haven't done it. This is Lizzo. This brought Bianca and I together through music.
Yes. Music's such a powerful tool, isn't it?
So true. Yeah, it is. It is for sure. And hey, a couple of people in chat. Leah White, how you doing? Hey, Flynn. I wonder if are you the Leah White that I know? Are you in New Zealand right now? Let me know. Either way, it's lovely to see you there. Adrian's in the chat as well. Vikram's in the chat. Hello. So you can ask questions as we're going along. So please do jump over to behance.net/live and say hello. Love to hear from you. Should we get stuck into it?
Yeah,
let's have a look at some of your work first. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I have one job, and that's it. Yeah. And then I need help.
You can do it, but it's all good. We got you.
Thank you. Go team. So we're over on your desktop now. Let's check out some of your work for those that aren't as familiar with it as we are.
So I've done a few lives recently, so I've already shown some old stuff. So I'll just show things that I've made since then. But one thing that would be interesting for people to check out is this one, which I released with Microsoft, and it's a video on how to create a GIF. So if you want to learn, it's like a little 5-minute video. Apparently, I explained everything that you need to know. I had a lot of good feedback, so suss that one out.
Nice.
But just like a few little doodles that I've done recently. So I really like this one. I was thinking, oh, my earring just broke. Oh, that's no good. Anyway, the show will go on. I was thinking like far out. I really love eyes, but I don't draw them enough. So I'm just trying to work with that a bit more. And so this one was like, yeah, okay, let me just see what I can do with some eyes. And I really liked how it turned out, although it's kind of more creepy than my usual work.
Yeah.
And then this one was a portrait I did for a friend, which I really love, just mainly because of the faces she's pulling. She's such a beautiful soul. But yeah, up close, stunning, right?
Nice, amazing.
Oh no, and the share tab is hiding over. And then here's another portrait. I actually painted a skateboard deck the other day, but I haven't got the photo up yet. So you guys can tune in for that. I have 2 more to paint, so I'm just trying to think what I could do as like a series, or maybe I'll just paint some separate things.
Awesome.
I'm not sure yet. But I think that's all I had preloaded.
Man, you've been busy.
Not really. Yeah, I've been super busy. I did a project with Microsoft. Well, that's my emails. Never mind that. A project with Microsoft and a project with Kotex. If the women out there remember Kotex. It was
you had to explain it to me. I'm like, what's Kotex? I don't know what that is. Start Googling it and you're like, well, I'm like, such a boy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And then potentially something coming up with Puma in the next couple of weeks too. So it's been busier the last couple of weeks than it has been previously in ISO, but I'm welcoming it with open arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, actually, these are the stickers I was planning on making. So this is definitely one that I kind of want. See, it's got my name on the border again and again, just because that's something I would use in theory to just plant somewhere in the city in theory. With my name, very obvious, just so people can suss that out. And then that bunny one, I'm doing like a little circle version.
Yeah.
Which will be cute. And then a couple,
awesome.
I hope this is all right to show, a couple, I don't know if you can tell, but it's custom cut. So if I put like a background behind it.
It has like the outline?
Yeah. And that one is the same as well. Anyway, let's get into this sticker sheet idea.
Awesome. Just before we do, Adrian and hey Leah, that's awesome. And Andrew's there. They're my friends who used to live in Australia and they now live in New Zealand, and I haven't heard from them for a long time, so that's really nice. Thanks for joining us.
Beautiful.
Hope you and the kids are doing well over there. Oh, I miss you guys. That's so cute. All right, a little bit of a selfish moment there, but yeah, let's jump into it. Yeah,
right.
Sticker sheet.
Yes, sticker sheet. All right.
Sticker sheet.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I drew like obviously very rough idea of just like I wasn't lost for like ideas right now when we're drawing them. I'll just make these a bit smaller. So I really want to go for a retro vibe. So like love hearts, smiley face, daisies, peace sign, and then like some geometric shapes. So I'm just gonna get cracking, I think.
Awesome.
Actually, the first thing I wanted to do was figure out what color palette I wanted to use. I think when you're doing like a series of stickers, it's best to choose a few colors so that they have a bit of continuity. So I just have a feeling that I'm just going to be going with pink. But we'll see. Actually, I really do think that. But we can start with that and then change the hue later. But I really think that's what the vibe's going to be.
Cool.
Maybe this one, and maybe this one. And then obviously white and black. All right. This is... all right, let's get started.
What DPI do you have to work in when creating stickers?
Well, because they're only tiny ones, I actually am creating on a canvas that's the size that the sticker sheet would be.
Right.
So this is like A5. So I forget what the dimensions are. It's like not A5. Yeah, it is A5. I forget what the dimensions are, but yeah. And then if I want to smooth out the lines, I just drop it into Illustrator because I'm so lazy, and then vectorize it to like smooth the layers out, and then I just bring it back.
Right.
So, yeah.
I like it.
However we can do things. I just, for the life of me, can't figure out Illustrator. Like, I know it's easy. People say that it's easier than Photoshop, but I don't believe it is.
There's always people in both camps. I think Photoshop reigns supreme in a lot of people's minds.
Everything with it, can't you?
Yeah, you can do a lot. That's for sure.
So
you guys might see a timer as well. So that timer is for like a bit of a Q&A break. But feel free to ask questions as we're going along anyway. Anything to do with the work. But yeah, if there's any kind of bigger meaning of life questions, we call them, we'll kind of take a bit of a break in the middle. Talk about freelancing, talk about working with all the brands that Bianca works with, all sorts of questions like that. So feel free to drop them in anytime. Hey, Steve, you got to jet to a meeting? No worries. See you when you get back.
Thanks for hanging, Steve.
Wants to hang out. Yeah, that's awesome.
I wonder. So right now I'm just doing like a retro kind of grid vibe. I don't know if you, what I wanted to do was kind of show you what I mean by build a scene, but do you understand the concept, basically? Like the whole build a scene type thing, or not really?
Build a scene. So like when you say that, like I'm guessing it's lots of different stickers and then you could like piece them together. I don't know, when you're sticking them, you might grab that one and grab this one. You get to kind of choose your own. Yeah,
exactly. So you get it. That's about it. So, you know those 90s like wrapping paper, or like, I think, do you remember what was it called? Rage? I think Rage had it.
Rage the music?
Yeah, so Rage the Music channel had like a certain aesthetic, that 90s kind of thing, but maybe they didn't have the exact thing I'm thinking of. Anyway, it's that grid. I'll explain it later, but what I'm making is basically a grid.
Okay. I love it.
And then you could like say put a smiley face like here. Well, no, not there like that, but goodness. Did I merge those? No, I didn't. There we go.
So just merging those layers together. Yep.
I might do this. I just don't want the ends to extend too far. My computer's been playing up recently, as of course it would. So bear with me.
Did you get the virusy thing sorted out from last time? I think last time wasn't just going.
No.
It's just
that's on this one.
Oh, that's on this one. Okay, so every now and then it'll just kind of make a little alarming sound.
A pop up. Yeah.
Pop up.
But have you been hearing them? They've been going off.
I haven't heard one yet.
I'm very I don't deal with something unless it's a major issue.
Right.
Which is probably not the best way to act, but it's just like there's only so much time in the day.
True.
All right, that's good enough for me. Actually, is it? No.
I've got a practical question.
Yeah.
How do you type when you have really long nails?
Flat? I have difficulty. It's more like you do both. So you with the more flat rather than like that.
I need to bring your camera larger to see this. So
okay, yeah. So like that, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Or like that with the nail tips. But you can't do the nail tips too much because then they'll break. So it's a fine art. But I have had short nails for the past 3 months, so it's been an adjustment.
Yeah.
We're going to do another one of those just because it's a builder thing. So I want to have more than one option for people. And then actually, yeah. I might make this layer smaller just so these are just ideas.
Cool.
Let's do a smiley face.
What were the first sticker? What was the first sticker you ever made? You make quite a few. You make quite a few of them now.
Yeah, it was actually like, do you know back in the day when there was that meme about crying Drake? Like, I don't know if you were ever on the thing, but like everyone was just taking the piss basically. Yeah, it was one of those. And it went off. You know what? Actually, someone ended up my design tattooing it on. So someone requested it from this tattoo artist that I know, and they asked my permission. I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then that tattoo went viral, and Drake liked it, and I nearly had a heart attack. It was when I first started my design career, so that for me was massive. Like, I nearly vomited. I was so excited. It was,
That's awesome. That's awesome. For those of you joining us since the start, quite a few new people. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to ask questions or anything, jump over to behance.net/live. We have our live chat there, so you can ask your questions, because otherwise you're stuck with mine. And I'll be like, tell me more about your nails. I'm a man and I don't understand how you can type.
You know what? You could get your nails painted. That'd be really cool. A lot of guys have been doing that recently. I think it's a cool look.
I think the only time I ever had my nails painted, I think I did it with like a permanent marker when I was going through a rebellious stage in high school.
The emo stage? Was it emo?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, not really. It was more like a look, I think. There was no emo going around.
Did you have like the dyed black hair and the fringe over your face?
I did have I had dyed black hair, and I had a piercing. I had the eyebrow piercing here. Do you want to see my scar? I'll tell you my scar story. I don't know if you can.
I can see there's a blank part of eyebrow.
So that blank part, there's a scar there because I had it in and I was playing football and it got ripped out. It's not fun. That's my scar story.
Oh, that's horrible. And then that was it. Like, what happened? Did you need stitches or something?
No, it just kind of ripped out, and then just the hair never grew back. And then a lot of people thought that I shave my eyebrow to look tough as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look like
Which
a
is the
school
vibe
teacher.
as
I'm not
well.
trying to make myself look tough.
Ouch! How old were you?
Like 15.
Oh, that's sad.
It's fine.
Did you cry?
There's no more piercings. No, there's no crying. It wasn't too bad. No, it wasn't too bad. It was just upsetting because back in the day, it was, you're a kid. It was expensive to get a piercing, and I definitely didn't have permission to do it. So it wasn't an easy thing to do. So I was just
Wait, you didn't have permission? I thought when you were a kid, you had to have parental supervision if you're getting a piercing.
Yeah.
No?
You definitely are meant to. Yeah.
So how did you go about that?
It was like a friend's brother or something who owned the piercing or tattoo shop. So.
What a G.
Yeah. Suburban thug life for sure. That's me.
Yeah.
You've nailed it. That's me for sure.
That's awesome. Oops, no, we don't want to do that. So I'm just using this because I couldn't be bothered hand drawing a circle. So I'm just using the shapes tool to do that, and then I'm just going to delete the parts I don't want, which will be about here-ish. Yeah, and then I'll put little ends on it. Actually, I think it needs to be a little bit narrower too. That's crazy. I got my nose pierced when I was like 18. And then when I came home, my dad was like, yeah, you're not living here anymore. But But then that only lasted for like, he kicked me out and it only lasted for about 5 hours. And then he called me and he was like, yeah, come home. So at the end of the day, what's more important, you know? That he really doesn't like my tattoos.
No, he doesn't. He still doesn't.
Still. Like if I try to cover them up whenever I'm around him, because if he sees them, it just triggers him. And then he's like, oh, you stupid girl. He's Lebanese. For the accent, he's Lebanese. So that's why. Stupid girl. Oh, dear me. Oh, what's going on here? It's very slow today. I think because it's linked up and whatnot, you know?
Oh, is it? Slowing down a little bit.
That's all Gucci. Cute. I love smiley faces. They're just such a cute little icon. All right. How do we feel about that? I'm not sure.
This reminds me a lot of the Watchmen smiley face. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
No, I haven't.
It's like a comic book. It's like a comic book style movie, but yeah, the smiley face pin is quite iconic throughout the movie.
Is Emma Stone? Is that her name? Is she in it?
I don't think so.
What's the actress in that? There's a woman, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Or not?
Yeah. There's a couple.
There's a bunch of women.
There are women in it, yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
But no, I can't remember actors' names most of the time, especially on a stream. My gosh.
Yeah. I'm like the type of person, I can remember actors' names, and like if I hear the voice of an actor like on a cartoon or like something like that, I can pick it straight away. I'll be like, oh, that's Tom Cruise. But when it comes to artists, I will know all the words to a song, but the minute it comes to knowing the artist who made that song that I fucking love, that I love, I just will completely forget. Like I just blank on that. When it comes to musical artists, I just don't remember, which is really bad because music is like probably, I don't know, do I prefer music or movies? I'd say music, right? What about you?
I don't know. If you could live with one or the other for the rest of your life.
Music. Music, it would have to be. True. You?
Yeah, probably music, although I don't find myself listening to a lot of music, but if someone said you can't listen to any music anymore, that would be pretty bad.
Yeah, because like when you go out or when you're at a wedding or like an event or, you know, when you're drawing or working, sometimes like there's so many different types of music, like it would just be so limiting to not be able to listen to it. Whereas movies, it's like, oh, well, like I could watch TV shows. Yeah. Or I don't know if that's also, you know, not allowed when we're doing this little scenario.
Exactly. Leah was asking, what tablet do you use? So what are you using?
It's not a tablet. It's a Surface Pro, like Microsoft Surface Pro. So it's bugging out right now too. But it's basically just like, it can be used as a tablet, and it's got the detachable, what do you call it? Keypad, and then just like the Surface Pen as well. So you can draw and touch screen, and
so you're going, cool. It's like a laptop, but you're drawing like straight right onto the screen.
Yeah. You can, and once you take the keypad off, then you can use it in tablet mode. So it's a bit it's versatile, which is really good.
Cool. There you go.
Now, how am I going to do this? I don't know if I should. How much time have we got? Just so I know how to go about, like how demure I'm going with these drawings, or am I just sketching?
Sure. Well, we've got 20 minutes left until I was thinking we could take a quick little Q&A break.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
I guess in full length we've got about an hour left. A little bit less than an hour left.
Cool. So this is going to be like a little yin-yang. I was going to do like proper curves, but I'm just going to go more sketchy with the rest of it because I'd love to get majority of these symbols finished before we have to end. and then we'll just clean it up.
So you find it faster to sketch, like rough sketching?
Yeah, that's more natural for me. I'm not much of a, like, when I do all my portraits and stuff, it's just sketching, like sketch lines, sketch lines, sketch lines. I'm not very good with like clean lines. Naturally, it's just, I have a shaky hand. I think it started when I started drinking coffee, and then I don't know, it's just
Never
declined from there. Yeah. But I'm actually currently in a coffee-free period of my life. It's been 2 days. Thank you very much.
Wow. Hey, that's good.
And yeah, I'm trying my best. Just because it does affect my quality of sleep as well. So I'm just trying to limit coffee and sugar right now.
Oh, that's
my
good.
body and my mind. Yeah.
It's good even just to take a break for a while. Like, not necessarily have to cut it completely out, but if you take a bit of a break, it can be good.
Well, so this is my kind of, because we have like that instant coffee at home, which is what I usually have, because like the cafe is like 30 minutes away. So I'll be having instant coffee every day, but instead now I will only have coffee as a treat when I'm at an actual cafe. So it's not exactly quitting, but it's, just saving it as a treat rather than a morning ritual.
Right. Yeah.
Although I do love that morning ritual.
Yeah, I do for sure.
I mean, that's okay.
So Vikram was asking, is the Surface Pro fast as a PC or desktop? Actually thinking about buying one.
Depends what you're running. So it's fast enough if I'm just using Photoshop, but the minute you have heaps of different things open, it gets a bit slow. So right now it's a bit slow because I've got obviously Photoshop open. I'm streaming from it as well, and I've got my Chrome open as well.
Streaming takes quite a bit. Like grabbing your desktop and streaming it out to the world does take quite a bit of energy, regardless of your machine.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Like, usually it's like I use Photoshop and it's no dramas. Like, but it depends. I use Spark AR as well, which is like a program for like creating filters. And if I have Photoshop and Spark open on this, it does get a bit too laggy and slow. And it like stuffs up a little bit, like the keys, like you'll press a key and it thinks you pressed a different key, it's doing that a little bit now. But it's a great device. I love it. I obviously use it. So yeah, it's just what you use it for. What would you be using it for?
Yeah, it's a good question, Vikram. What are you planning on using it for? I've always been, so some of the people at Adobe that we work with, a lot of them use Surfaces, and I'm often jealous about how quick that they can just draw straight onto the screen with the stylus. Like even for like in a corporate kind of setting, someone will be doing a presentation. This sounds like silly, like it's such a corporate thing, but like someone will be giving a presentation, they can like highlight things and underline things and then like just screenshot it and send it to someone. It's actually really, really good for like immediate, fast feedback. And I've also seen some people use it really well for design feedback as well. So like if you can quickly like mark up on the screen, like, you just get the pen out and go, oh, this needs to be over a little bit. This could be a little bit bigger. This could be some smaller, like maybe change this. I've seen it work really effectively, really quickly in that sense, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I guess it depends on what you want to use it for. For illustrations mainly, Photoshop and AI. So yeah, so probably in the same sense that you're using it.
Yeah. Apparently it has this thing too where it can sync up. I've never done it because I don't work in an office, but if you guys all have Microsoft, that thing that you were talking about where you can just highlight and write notes and whatever, it's like a live feed for everyone's computers. Like they can all sync up and then you can send notes like that. So it's really cool. If you're in an office and everyone has the same device, or not even the same device, but just Microsoft.
So Vikram does rough sketching in Photoshop and then draws them with the pen tool in AI.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sounds pretty cool. There's definitely something to be said about having like everything on the one device. Like you could turn it into an iPad. Like if you were sitting on the couch watching TV or something like that, or watching Adobe Live, sitting there, you know, you might be really comfy just to have it as a tablet, and then you might want to flip it around. Yeah, seems very versatile.
Yeah, it's really good as well because you can take it with you. It's super light, like super light. So you forget it's in your bag basically, and you can take it with you. Because normally when I used to work, taking my laptop with me, if I was going out to a cafe or something, would just be so annoying because it's so heavy.
Yeah.
But the surface is really light, like so you just forget it's in there, and it's easy to take around with you without having to ask your boyfriend to carry it for you. I don't do that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out all my layers because I don't know what's where. I should probably label them. I never do. That's notes. We don't need the notes. I can get rid of that. What's this? That's a smiley. I don't know what that is. I think I have like 5 blank layers, so I'll just merge them all. I get really confused, and this is the color palette, although I don't really need it because it's up there. So I'm just going to get rid of that layer. I remember what the colors are now. That's the sketches. I might put them up in the corner, just so they're out the way a little bit. Cool. And then, all right, let's do maybe a love heart thing.
Maybe we could ask chat. Like maybe we could have a quick look at the sketches.
Yeah.
And,
okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Get some chat participation. So what have we got there? We've got like a rose. We've got a frowny face. Got to counteract that smiley face.
I wanted to have both the happy and the sad faces together, right?
Okay.
So that you can play around, you know. And then we've got, can you see if I put my, oh yeah. So we got some love hearts because it's cute. Like a flower, some pow, like kind of like a pow zigzag type thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in action films or comic. And then some more abstract things. So like, actually I wanted to do this because it's just a nice little abstract shape. So like a zigzag shape and a little like wavy shape and some circles, and that's a rose. Checkerboard, peace sign, dollar sign, and then I had this idea for like shapes that have patterns in them because it's a builder scene. So like you put like a circle with zebra print, and then you put the smiley face over it, and then like a little electric bolt or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Circles with patterns in them, but that's what that is. That's why I had the notes written out. So just in case I looked at it and was like, what the hell was that? I planned this quite last minute. But until I get some feedback from the guys, what they think. If you have any other ideas as well for what I should draw, let me know. I'm just going to do a little squiggly line.
Johanna says she's partial to the rainbow. Can never get enough of those. That's true.
Yeah, I'm with it as well. But it won't be able to be like a full color rainbow. It'll be like 3 pinks. So, but we get the vibe.
So the reason that you've gone with pink and then there's like different shades of pink, is that to do with printing, or are you limiting your color palette because you just love pink, or?
Well, I love pink, but I'm limiting my color palette just so as a series it looks easier to like match everything, like you know what I mean, when people are seen, just to make it easier for people. But also I find as a collection things look better the less colors they have. So I could have I could have like 1 yellow and 1 pink and 1 purple, and then that was it, or complementing colors. But I'm just chose pink because I like pink. But we can always change it at the end because I'm happy to do that. Oblige you guys. But I think it is cheaper as well the less colors you have. It depends which way you print, but it can be cheaper. I've always wanted to do like a Rizzo print, which wouldn't be for stickers, but for like a print, say, like an art print. But that's definitely something where you need to just, I don't know how I feel about this. Just have a few colors, because the more colors you have, the more expensive it is to make, and more difficult to make too. Do I like it like that? It's not very even. Maybe I do.
And
this is Chill Hub again? Sorry.
Yeah, this is Chill Hub. I'm always like struggling. Like, it's so funny. Like, always struggling with like the level to have the music at.
I think it's so perfect.
Hard. You think this is good?
I think this is good. Yeah, this is perfect.
It's always quite hard. Like sometimes I think, oh, it's like really loud. No one's going to be able to hear the guest or hear what we're talking about or anything. And then like I'll listen back to the recording. I'm like, oh, you can barely hear it. I don't know what's going on. So
I think it's perfect.
Well, I like it.
We'll see when we listen back.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you going to ask? I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask just if there's anything else like you need to consider when like creating stickers for print. I remember years ago like kind of creating stickers and they're just not coming out very good. Like, is there any sort of
very well?
Yeah, is there any sort of like particular size things you need to think about? We've kind of already spoken about color. Is there anything else that people need to know when you're creating stickers? There's so many options.
It depends what you're after. So there's like vinyl stickers and paper stickers. So if it's a paper sticker, that's just like a shitty, pardon me, not a very good quality sticker. So it's only indoors and it'll usually go really ratty. So if you're putting it on something like a phone or a laptop, something that gets moved around a lot, it's just going to wear off really fast. So you can get like glossy paper stickers, which will be a little bit more durable, but the best is vinyl stickers. And those usually you can get like UV protection so they don't fade. And they're weather resistant, so you can put them on car bumpers and stuff like that, like outdoors and like if you wanted to post it around town. So vinyl is like the best option, but there's a couple. You can get clear vinyl so that because usually if you're getting, oh God, there's so much to talk about. So the main peeve of mine is when I get a custom cut sticker, but it's still on paper, like that Lizzo one that you have there, right? Mm-hmm. I assumed that it would be custom cut, including the paper.
I'll show the same.
Exactly. Versus this, which I've had previously, which is custom cut all the way.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
I see.
Including the paper. That's just nicer as a finished product to give to a customer, like, usually if I'm selling prints or like bags or whatever, I always put in a few stickers, obviously. And just this looks nicer than that. So I realized that you need to ask for it custom cut and die cut. So that's referring to the paper backing. And that's important. I think especially if you're a designer, because that paper backing is just so ugly. Right. So custom cut and die cut, but die cut either way, like even if it's a circle or a square, you still need to ask for it die cut, otherwise they'll just cut the paper around it like rough and it'll just look tacky,
right?
And you're paying that much for stickers. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
cool.
I think I answered the question.
Yeah, you did. Awesome.
Vinyl's the most durable, and you can get like white vinyl, so the outline would be like white, or you can get clear vinyl, so it would be clear.
Right.
But I think clear is more expensive, so I just get white.
Yeah, cool. Do you get them printed here, or do you get them printed somewhere overseas? Probably overseas.
I get them printed here. No.
Oh.
I like to do things in Australia. Like, even though it's more expensive, I just like to keep things within the country. But I was actually thinking I might want to get like a sticker printer, and start doing it myself. Like, I know it's obviously expensive, but I spend so much on stickers that it'll probably work out in the end, and then you can do it for your mates too and give them like mates rates. And that's its own little business on its own.
Vikram saying, wow, the stickers are cool. Yeah, super cool. And Mark Conlon in the chat, you're awesome, Bianca. You are too, Flynn. Oh, you're just saying that.
Bless you, I know.
Yeah, how about chat? How about we give Mark a little bit of grief and tell him to come on Adobe Live sometime? Haven't had him on. He's been on. He was on, I think it was December, was it, Mark? I think we did like a quick little one. Was it December? It was sometime after Adobe Max. And we played around with Fresco for a little bit, but yeah.
How come you won't?
You got to come on. Oh, he's busy, I think.
Busy or just, I know he doesn't like the spotlight too much, so it could be that as well.
That's true. He's very humble. You got to come on, man. Come on sometime. Never. Anyone watching not familiar with Mark Collins' work, please go check it out. Phenomenal
He's a legend,
illustrator and artist.
Legend. Yep. Massive. Like, I'm embarrassed now that he's here. Like, Mark, can you go away? Kidding. So Mark just logged in, did he? So basically we're just doing a little sticker sheet. And then next week we're going to make GIFs from the stickers that we create. So GIF stickers, which people can use on social media.
Awesome.
Yeah. Be cool.
So cool.
I'm just really...
Yeah, Mark saying it was November. Yeah, it seems so long ago. The next November's coming up.
Oh, wow.
That's a really long time.
And is it July yet? Yes.
July 2nd. Oh, yeah.
2nd. I just looked at my computer screen. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I thought it was the 30th still. That's wild.
Yeah. Yep. We have a question from Connor. Do you have to use Pantone colors when doing prints? I know for t-shirts you do, and it's a bit annoying because you can't match the exact color sometimes.
I'm so lazy. I just give them the colors the way I do it, and I say sorry, like just match it.
This is the color.
Yeah, exactly. So I was told that printers usually print in CMYK, but now there are a lot of printers that are printing in RBK. Is that true?
RGB, yeah.
RGB, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't print a lot of stuff myself, but yeah, I have heard. I think we've had a couple of people on the stream talking about it. I know Jeremy Lord has someone in Sydney that prints RGB, and because he does all of his work. I don't understand it either, but he does all of his work in RGB unless expressly asked from a client, which is almost never these days. And yeah, he has a printer that he works with, and they get the colors perfect. Apparently, like he's printed, vinyl stuff, and I don't know how. Yeah, but he swears by it. So he says, it's totally possible now.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I have not found a single printer that does that. So I would love to know who his printer is.
I'll ask him. I'll let you know for sure.
Please, can you please? That would be great. I'm sure it's expensive, but whatever. Quality. That's what we're after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to... am I? No. My computer's really playing up.
We can give it a break in 3 minutes. And we'll do a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take some questions. Yeah, so I should mention as well. Yeah, so... take a Q&A break in a couple of minutes before we get into the second part. So guys in chat, ask us some questions. Well, ask Bianca questions. I'm far less interesting than...
I know, ask. Yeah, we're having a conversation. People want to know what you've got to say. I'm with it. So right now I'm just doing little like abstract shapes and stuff to accompany like the main elements, which would be like smiley face, yin yang, peace sign, flower, and then we can go on with that because I have open as well like a file that has just like a blank picture of an iPhone, so we could see like what it would look like if someone was to layer them up.
Oh, cool.
So then I can. Like you guys can see what I'm talking about. Because I have a friend who did this concept, this kind of build a scene thing with her stickers that she created, but hers were more abstract. So they were just random blobby shapes that had like kind of marbled color printed on them, and then you could just like build a sculpture out of them, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Really cool. It's been playing up recently. It's cool. All right. All right. Where are my layers? Oh, it's up there. Okay, gotcha. I think the nails as well aren't helping. I'm not clicking them, and they're just like clicking the button like on top,
like the key above it.
Yeah, the key above it. Just like, goddamn. I'll get you some. Check in on me. I'll be good next week. I'll be well versed. All right. So
after all that swag around, you can type this way, you can type this way, no worries.
It's a process. We learn as we go. It's been 3 months without any length. So I'm just going to quickly convert it to Smart Object and drop into this other file that I have, just so I can show you what I mean with like the builder. So say we were printing them about this size. Oh, see, this is my computer playing up. I am trying to just select this, but when I use the square selector tool, it's not like selecting the area that I selected, but that only happens when it gets a bit overwhelmed. So I don't know if it's going to do it this time as well. See? It's really quite annoying. Yeah, if anyone knows what that would be, like, see? God, all right. So instead, I've just got to do this, which I don't like doing as much because then it doesn't pick up certain pixels.
Right.
But this is just for an example of what we would do to layer. So it's fine. And then say we use this guy. Come on. All right. Then,
do you think it's important to like mock it up to have a look at what it would look like for things like sizing and everything like that, and just yeah,
exactly. So I'm thinking now that this smiley face is a bit too big. Like I would want the grid to be more of a prominent, because it's a backdrop kind of thing for the what I have in my head. It's a backdrop for the scene I'm setting. So I'd have one of those kind of grid things, and then I'd have like a zebra print circle and maybe like some other pattern triangle or something as the backdrop. And then I put, so really what I want is I want the smiley face to be about that, and maybe even less, maybe like that. And then I want this guy, we could put it to be about that size. And then obviously people could just do it however they like, but
yeah,
wherever they want to build a scene. But yeah, something like that up here. Cute.
Awesome.
You know?
That takes us to Q&A.
That's the theory. Q&A. Lay them on me.
Q&A. Yeah, so cool. So I've got a couple of questions. Mark was asking, do you sell sticker sets?
Yeah.
Sticker sets. It's hard to say.
I don't have... Alrighty. Someone's got a long day ahead of them. I sell separate stickers like these ones.
Yeah.
For like $2. And then, but I also, if people buy like a bigger item, so like my pins or prints or whatever, I put in a couple stickers as well. Yeah. And then I also use them as advertising tools on certain surfaces, on some surfaces. Yeah, so I think they're good for all of that. You know what I mean? It's nice to give a little something extra to people when they're buying something, so customers. I like to add in some stickers. But yeah, a sticker sheet is something that I would probably sell, not pop in for free. Because I think it's obviously a certain vibe and not everyone would like that. So yeah, but I did some sticker sheets with, do you know Platypus, the sneaker store?
Yeah, it's like a shoe store, yeah.
Yeah, so I did one with them.
Right, cool.
I don't know if you can tell. It's cute. But this is basically similar vibe, but I want to keep mine less colors and less kind of random. See how we've got like paint and we've got food and all these different things. So mine's more just like a pattern kind of aesthetic. Yeah. But these I actually give away to customers as well. I just like cut the top off and just give them that.
Perfect. With that, like, do you like, is there like a store, like an online store or something, or would people, like, I'm trying to think about, do you have piles of stickers at home, and then if someone buys a sticker, do you have to pop it in the post, or is it some sort of automated system, or how does that work?
Well, I'm just small run business, so it's just me. I have my website, biancabeers.com.
Check it out.
And my shop's on there, so people can buy like whatever I make. And then I also have an Etsy store as well, which pops off. Etsy is really good, so I have that as well as my website, just that it gets eyes on your work. So I would recommend Etsy for people who aren't on there already. What was the question? Oh yeah, do I do it myself?
Yeah,
do it myself. So I have like all these, my studio is really neat on this side, and then it's just boxes and stock that side.
Okay.
Really nasty. So if it's just that someone would buy a sticker, I just pop it in a little envelope like that, but which is padded so it doesn't get bent or anything. But usually people buy stickers in addition to something else.
Right.
Because we're paying for postage, so it's just useless. Usually they'll buy stickers in addition to pins or in addition to a print, and then I'll just pop in more stickers just as a like thank you, or like sometimes even I'll pop a pin in or something like that. I like to put in a little extra.
A little bit of extra. That's cool. I really like that. So it's a question around, do you incorporate current social media trends into your work? Interesting.
That's a good question. I don't think so. But so, like, what would be an example? Social, like memes?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I guess does what? Yeah, like it does what is like trending online. Like, I mean, we were talking about creating GIFs, right? So, like, would you see in part 2, that's what we're going to be doing next week. Is we're going to be turning things into GIFs. Like, would you see GIFs that people are using on like Instagram, or stickers that people are using, just like, oh cool, I really like that. I might do something like, not copy it, but I mean, you know, you're like, oh, this is becoming very trendy. Like, I don't know, people putting people in, or people using typography or something, and you're like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna make some because that seems to be what people want at the moment. Or does it I guess, does that impact your work at all?
It does impact it slightly. So like, obviously if you see a GIF sticker that's cool, that like is useful. So like, as for example, I've seen the GIF sticker new post, which people put on their stories when they've like received, like when they've posted a new image. And that's something I've been wanting to do, like a new post GIF, because then people, like, that gets your views up on your GIFs and it's useful. So that's something I would make, but I don't hop on a trend just to hop on a trend.
Right.
Like for example, the filter, I make filters too, and there's a filter, a type of filter that's gone viral, which is the which whatever are you?
Oh, and yeah.
And it goes through. So to me, I wouldn't bother making that because I don't know, like I can't be bothered. It's got nothing, like I just don't, I could make something up and do that, but I have no interest. And it's just a trend that people are hopping on, and I get it. I'm on the community, the filter making community as well, and everyone's just mentioning how it's like a good trend to hop on because it gets you views and gets more engagement and stuff on your page. But I don't do stuff just for engagement, so I don't know. That's just how I work. It's the smart thing to do, but I don't do that.
No, that's super cool. Yeah, that's what the question is all about. Yeah, I think you're thinking through that sort of stuff. Is there any difference? Is there a difference in how you approach client work versus personal work?
Yeah. So personal work, as in for sales or for my own enjoyment. So I draw portraits a lot because I just love faces. So me personally, my favorite thing to draw would be faces. And for clients, say as in a larger client, like a company like Adobe or Nike, or Sony or whatever, they're not going to want faces so much as they want abstract or like something to do with culture, or, you know, like 90s vibe thing, or like florals or something like that. So there's a difference in what the focus is on, definitely. But how I approach it as well, if I'm making something for myself, I just do what I want, basically. And I think the focus sometimes, especially when it comes to products, should be more on what my community would like. But I often forget about that, and I just make what I want, because I want this sticker to put on my skateboard, so I'm just going to make this sticker. But I should think about, you know, say on my Instagram, an image that's received the most engagement, that's the one people like the most. I wonder if that would make a good sticker. And then maybe do a poll or ask your community. I think that's a smart way to approach it. But when it comes to with clients, I personally like to get really specific on what they want, so that there's no mucking around, because there's nothing I hate more than wasting time. Like, it's really my pet peeve. And I don't like the back and forth, like, can we try this? Oh, actually, no, you were right, it's better the way that you did it. I don't like that. So I like to get a brief. What's your color palette that you want? What's the vibe? Do you have any inspiration, like photos that you've seen that you think like is the vibe? And then I explain back to them what I think they're trying to communicate. And then if it's all good, cool, this is the price. And then we go from there. And then if they want to hit me with, oh, well, we meant blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, sorry. That's
I like this.
That it
I like
was
the little
XYZ.
wag you did there. That's all. Well,
I get sassy.
naughty. That means that that's an amendment. So that's gonna come with an additional
That's
charge, because
extra.
it's more work, right? Yeah. I think that's super important. That's really great. So I'm conscious of time. I have lots of questions that we could ask you, but probably got about half an hour left. So maybe we'll jump back in, if that's okay with you.
You can ask while I work as
And we'll
well.
ask, absolutely. That's it, chat. So if you guys do have more questions, don't let that stop you. But that does conclude our Q&A portion of the stream. Just want to say hi to Enyang from Indonesia. Great to have you here. Thanks for saying hello. Kevin is saying, love your work, love your nature sketches series, Bianca. So checking out your website and looking at your nature sketch series, that's super cool. You've done, if you're looking for more of the Bianca Beers doing her work, we had a couple of streams. I think maybe Johanna could throw the link in chat to some of the series we did where Bianca was showing that style of her work. She does lots of different styles, but the portraiture sketching style that you can see in the background behind us. We've done a couple of streams on that. It is incredible to watch. And she also does it while she's answering my dumb questions, which is really super cool of her and nice to do.
They're never dumb. What do you mean?
Yasunari as well. It's great to see you. Haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. I hope you're doing well. So thanks for joining us in. We're here for about another 25 minutes. Feel free to ask questions as we're going along. Let me do this. We've got our sticker sheet going on. Pink palette, smiley face.
Yin yang. We're gonna do. I am very wary that majority of it is going to be done later because I'm working so slow. See what's happening here?
Oh yeah, what's happening with that? That just went kind of crazy.
It's just when it gets overloaded, like you try to draw a line and it just does anyway. It's not an issue that happens all the time, but only when the computer is like overworked, which I guess is now.
Right.
So yeah, of course.
There's a thing about streaming. It's like Murphy Law times 3. Like if something can go wrong, it will. Oh yeah, it's doing it again. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's annoying, but we're doing our best. So right now I'm going to do this. Shoot me in the head. Do
you want to restart it? Do you think that might help?
It may help actually, but usually it just goes away anyway. So because I'm time conscious right now, I'd rather just let it go away in its own time. Actually, I feel like I want 6 on this one. So this is our bang pow type thing. I'm going to do 2. Just any old size. That's a cool shape. And then would I this? Oh, mate. I've really wanted to get into making phone cases as well. That's something that's really interesting to me, I think. But it's just such an expense to make, and especially like locally made, because I like to make things within Australia wherever I can. So it's just one of those things. It's like one day. But actually, is Mark still here? Because I'd like to ask him if he's worked with Caseify, because they've worked with a few artists I know, and I think it'd be like a good option for him.
Oh, there you go, Mark. If you're still in chat,
you should hit them up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say when you were saying that. Is there a brand that you could team up with to get your work on? I know. I mean, you've done so many as well, but yeah, I know some illustrators that will often let you partner up with someone. They always need like new fresh illustrations and fresh work, and they've got all the manufacturing knowledge, right? So you don't have to worry about any of that. You just need a template, and then you could submit your work.
You're ready to go.
Team up. Yeah,
I actually did team up with a company. God, I forget what they're called now, but I think because they were meant to release just before Corona hit. And so I think I haven't seen anything from that now, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But if it does go ahead, the designs are really cool. I like working with stuff that's like with cases, clear, but then with the design on top, so you can still see the phone through it, but a certain part is covered by like an abstract pattern is what I was doing. So I'd love to team up with another phone company if that doesn't end up happening. I'm just sharpening these little edges up first on this one, because I'm going to do a little border on it and then a border on the outside too. And I know like it's not super important that I focus on the details for this, because first of all, they're going to be tiny, and second of all, I want to drop them into Illustrator to get them vectorized anyway. But that's just my anal nature. I think this is going to be maybe 4. Yeah, cool. So to get the outline, I just do a really quick way, which I don't think is the best way. I just make a layer underneath the original layer. Well, actually, I select the region first, and then I create a layer underneath it, and I go select, modify, and then expand, and then that expands it out. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's so funny you should say that, because we actually did that. Yeah, we actually had a live stream yesterday with Dale Bagini, and Dale was using the same method in his typography.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. And I was like, hey, can you actually show us that again? Because I haven't seen it, and if I had, I'd forgotten about it. So, and I was exactly thinking this would have been great when I've had to create stickers myself, and I've ended up like, how do I get like a perfect outline of something?
But the thing is, it expands it really rough. So see how rough that is?
Yeah, it is.
But if first of all, this is going to be tiny, so it doesn't matter. But if it was in a larger shape that I was using, I'd then just clean it up a little bit, or drop it into Illustrator and vectorize it, which will smooth the line out completely. But that's just because I don't like to work in Illustrator directly. So yeah, I don't know. That one's fine. You heard that?
I heard that one, yeah. Hear it occasionally. Yeah. It's okay. It's not too bad.
It's not too disruptive.
No. Although I do think you should look into it.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of those people, like, I will not back up my computer until like it gets a virus or whatever, and there's like a threat of losing all my stuff. But I'm just like, don't do things till it's necessary. But yeah, I'm with you. I should definitely look into it. But I don't know what I would do, because I scanned my computer for viruses and it said there was no virus. So, you know, What does that mean?
Well, they're all a bit different. Just think.
Oh.
I don't think they get better on their own. I think.
Yeah, I feel you. Basically, check it out now before it gets too bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to lose work. This is coming from someone that's lost work and lost hard drives and things, and it can be a bit, it's upsetting. Yeah, exactly.
I haven't really done much. I've been using the same 2 pinks anyway. Maybe I'll use the other pink now. There we go. Oh, jeez. That just happened accidentally, but I'm not mad at it.
It's just trying to help out.
Yeah.
You're co-designing with your computer.
Yeah, love that. All right.
And when did you start the Etsy store? Like, what was the first thing that you had in the store?
I think my pins. So I started the Etsy store. I think it was even before I had my website. Was it? Or maybe at the same time. Yeah, before I had the website, and then I made the website. And I was like, you know what? I'll just leave the Etsy store up here because it gets a lot of traffic. Because I guess people are on there searching for like different stuff that have been made by creatives rather than, massive corporations that mass produce stuff. So they're looking for that type of thing anyway. And as for a website, people need to already know about your work to head to it, or unless you've got like a massive advertisement or something going on, which I've never done, but I really should. I think there's a lot of things you can do with like Google ads and stuff. I just haven't looked into it yet. But yeah, the Etsy store is really good, and the pins pop up on there. They really sell. All my customers are from the States though, which is really funny. Like, yeah, it's crazy. So my website, I put the currency in US because obviously US appears less. So when US customers come to an Australian website, they assume it's US dollars and it looks more expensive.
Looks like it's,
yeah, so I cater towards a US market with my website, which seems like it doesn't make sense, but because most of my customers are American, it's the best way for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to have more Australian clients. I just feel bad for the Aussie clients when they purchase. They'll be assuming, yeah, she's Australian. It's an Australian website. It's in Australian dollars next minute. Like, I'm very wary of that.
It does happen a lot. That happens to me sometimes if I'm trying to buy some like particular tech or I don't know, some sort of equipment that I need, and I'll be like, oh, this is actually pretty affordable. I could do this, and then sort of go to checkout, and then somehow in the checkout it converts it to Australian plus shipping, and it's like doubled the price.
So insane.
Yeah.
Like, I use Squarespace, and for some reason, I don't even think in checkout it tells you the currency. There's no way to show the currency. Right. And I'm not sure why that would be. That is the most obvious thing that you should be doing when it comes to purchases. But I think that's like a flaw in their system. But yeah, sometimes it happens to me a lot as well. Buying something, I'll assume it's in Australian dollars because some companies or some websites automatically change the currency to whatever region you're viewing from.
Right, yeah.
So you kind of just assume that all websites are doing that, but it's not the case.
Not always, yeah, exactly.
You got to check.
Johanna's saying she got her iPad case from an Etsy vendor and it's the best case she's ever had.
Really? Like really sturdy?
Don't know. Good question. I had the opposite experience. Well, not the opposite, but I bought a case from Amazon and it just didn't work. Like it fit my phone. Well, it fit my phone, but then push the buttons down. The case like was permanently pushing down the off button and the volume up and down button. And I was like, am I going to put up with this? Like, just hate to return things. I hate to be bothered, but I ended up doing it and got a new one. I had to get like a more expensive one, and it was a shame as well because it was this like recycled, 100% recyclable case, and it was like all environmentally friendly, and then it just didn't fit. So
that sucks.
That's what I get for trying to do the right thing, huh?
No, don't get that.
No, I ended up getting another one from a different company that was also same sort of stuff, like a bit more environmentally friendly and stuff. But
well, yeah, I feel like it's a hit or miss with Etsy. You either get like a banger or it's really shoddy, and you're like, okay, this doesn't look like the photo. But a lot of my customers are really surprised on Etsy. Like, I have feedback like, oh, I'm so amazed, it looks exactly like the picture, and I'm just like, isn't that what it should be? Like, right. I'm confused why you're so happy about that. But obviously I'm doing something right, so. I feel like I made this a bit big. But anyway.
So we've got about 12 minutes, 13 minutes left. So yeah, anyone's got any kind of last questions, ask away. We'll be back this time next week as well. But yeah, ask your questions while you can.
Next week, we're going to pick some of these icons once I have the whole sheet organized. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll get the viewers to select maybe 3 that we want to animate, and then we'll create GIF stickers out of those.
Oh, cool.
I think we could do 3 in an hour and a half, surely.
Yeah. What will you use to create the GIFs? Will you create them in Photoshop?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nice.
I love Photoshop. It does everything. So great. Oh, God. Yeah, maybe. Cool.
When you create the GIFs, where would they typically end up? Like, would they end up on Giphy or something like that, so that people can use it and you can use it?
Yeah. So when you upload to Giphy, that's how I do it. Once it's up on Giphy, you can search it on, I think, Instagram. Obviously, I know that because I use Instagram. I think you can use it on Facebook and Snapchat as well, but I'm not too sure because I don't really use them.
Yeah.
But you can definitely use it in the text option as well. Like, you know, when you can text emojis, if you go to like the emoji section, not emoji section, the GIF section, and type in, so you just need to search Bianca Beers, and then they'll pop up there as well. So you can text the GIFs to your mates too. So it's awesome. Across everything, which is really good. But that's uploading to Giphy, and then once it's on Giphy, it takes about 24 hours, and then it's available as long as it's been approved. And yeah, people can use them.
Oh, cool. Are we going to go through that? Will we go through that next week? I think that would be a fun process.
The whole thing, yeah.
Sweet.
How many minutes did you say we have?
Less than 10 now. Less than 10.
Nice. All right. So we'll probably have time for one more little icon, and then I'll do the rest tonight.
Cool. Bit of homework after the live stream.
Yeah, we figured out what I was doing today last night, and I did those little sketches. It's been a very last minute situation, but we still did all right, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We had so many great ideas from Johanna to choose from.
She's an ideas woman. Is she an Aries or a Virgo?
Johanna, what star sign are you? So if you get it right and it's an Aries or a Virgo, what does that mean?
That means, I don't know, horoscopes are real, mate. And if I'm not right, I was just flawed in my guess.
Right.
And they're still real. Does she know, or is she looking it up?
She'll know. It's like a 30-second delay. So Sagittarius.
Oh, okay, got it. She's Sagittarius. So am I.
Nice quick heart.
Yeah, it's a bit wobbly though, so I'm gonna, and it's not exactly the shape I want, so I'm gonna do, yeah, that's more the vibe. And then just get some straight lines going on. Maybe like that. Yeah. Maybe not. Really should have done this away.
Have you ever done an illustration on star signs?
I did a GIF series actually. So, are you still there? Oh yeah, the sound cut out.
Oh, yep.
Like,
no,
for some
we're still
reason
here.
the sound the same. Yeah, I did a GIF series so people can search up like astrology or Bianca Beers or whatever, and you can use those. So like, I did just animations of each of the star signs or symbols. But I'd love to do an actual proper illustration. That'd be really cool. I have a few ideas for like artworks that I really want to create. So I think that'd be awesome, maybe as a series. Good idea, Flint. Still not really vibing it. I like my hearts really fat, like
Chunky.
Yeah.
Cute, chubby little
Full
hearts.
of love, you know? Like, yeah. So I'm gonna just do this. And then so much slower when you can't just be sketchy. Actually, there's the heart. I don't like the shape of the heart they have, but there's the shapes, custom shapes tool, and you can do a star or a heart. I should have thought of that, but anyway, I like doing stuff myself.
Do it by hand.
Yeah, because then it's more your own, you know? Anyone can just drop a shape in there. I was watching this. Do you guys know Chinatown Market? They're like a streetwear label,
No.
and their symbol is like their symbol that they use on a lot of their apparel is a smiley face, and they were mentioning like the smiley face is obviously iconic, and a lot of people have done it. It's been done a million times, but as long as you're putting your own spin to it, and like you can use it in not even necessarily like a different way, but if you own it, like you can make anything yours. And so I think that's true of anything. Like it can be something that a lot of people do, but if you find a way to make it yours, it'll work regardless. Yeah, you know what? That's fine because it's not even going to be that large. Merge those layers together. I'm just going to shrink this one down. And what I did before, after we mapped it out on the this guy, and I realized that I wanted the grid a bit larger, I just made the grids a larger size. I think that was happening when my share screen wasn't on. So I'd let you guys know. So then again, select, create a layer underneath, select, modify, expand. And I've been doing like a 15 to, depending, 15 point expansion. So
we've only got a few minutes left now, just to let you know as well.
Nice. Oh, cool. Thanks. Well, that's good. We can finish on a final little icon.
We can finish on the heart.
All right. We got some done.
Awesome. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, so you're gonna do a few more, and then next week we're gonna pick. We'll let the audience pick a few. And so at the start of the next stream, you're right over there. At the start of the next stream, we'll let the audience pick a few, and then we're going to create them into GIFs and put them into Giphy. Have a bit of a play around, have another fun stream. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Jinx. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. It looks like the Sagittarius folks are taking over chat, by the way. There's a lot of Sagittarius in chat, so there we go. So thank you all for hanging out with us. We're back tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then also at 11:30 with some more illustration. So we have some pattern illustration with Adriana Picker at 11 o'clock, and then we're mocking up work. So teaching you guys how to mock up your work and make it look really professional for your portfolio, particularly right now if you don't have access to like high-res photos and stuff like that. And we're doing that 9 o'clock tomorrow with Stephen Grace from Christopher Doyle & Co. So stick around, still got a lot more this week. And yeah, Bianca, we'll see you next week. We're going to do part 2. It's going to be awesome. Make some GIFs.
Yeah. That's the fun part.
Yeah. Awesome.
Animating it.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you, chat. And we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
See you later.
Thanks for having me, Flynn.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.